The lights dim, a soft wave of purple glows across the vast ocean of fans, and for a moment, Tokyo Dome feels less like a stadium and more like a heartbeat shared by thousands. This wasn't just a concert. This was a farewell chapter, a love letter, a memory stitched together by 7 artists and millions of hearts. When BTS stepped onto the stage that night in Japan, something felt different. There was an unspoken understanding between them and ARMY, that every smile, every note, every glance mattered more than ever. From the very beginning, the energy was electric. But it was chaotic. It was warm, almost comforting, like being home. And then came Suga. In the middle of the concert, with that signature calm intensity, he paused, scanning the crowd with a playful yet meaningful expression. And then he said something that instantly shifted the atmosphere. He asked the male fans to shout. At first, there was hesitation, a ripple of laughter. But then suddenly, a powerful roar echoed through the dome. Loud, proud, and full of joy. Suga's face lit up, not with surprise, but with satisfaction. It wasn't just about volume, it was about inclusion. It was his way of saying, everyone belongs here. That moment alone became unforgettable. A reminder that BTS concerts aren't just performances. They're experiences where every single voice matters. And while the crowd was still buzzing, Jin and Jungkook turned the stage into their playground. Throughout the night, those two were unstoppable. Running, teasing, laughing, like two brothers who forgot they were in front of thousands of people. Jin's playful energy, mixed with Jungkook's boundless enthusiasm, created moments that felt so genuine, so unscripted, that you couldn't help but smile. At one point, they chased each other across the stage, completely ignoring the choreography for a few seconds, and honestly, that made it even more special. It wasn't about perfection. It was about being real. Then there was Jimin. There are moments when an artist performs, and then there are moments when they transcend performance. Jimin did just look good that night. He looked ethereal, almost unreal. The way the lights hit him, the softness in his expressions, the precision in his movements. It felt like watching poetry in motion. Fans later said it felt like time slowed down whenever he was on screen. Every gesture carried emotion. Every glance told a story. And standing not too far from him was Taehyung. Now, if you know anything about these two, you know their bond is something special. But that night, it felt even more visible. There were quiet smiles exchanged, gentle nudges, moments where they simply looked at each other and laughed, like they were sharing an inside joke the world wasn't meant to hear. At one point, Taehyung leaned in close to Jimin during a break, and Jimin's shy reaction sent the entire crowd into a wave of soft cheers. It was that loud. It was that chaotic. It was affectionate. Those small, human moments, they were what made the concert unforgettable. And then, of course, there was J-Hope. If energy could take human form, it would look exactly like him that night. From the second he stepped on stage, he radiated warmth. Not just excitement, but genuine joy. His smile did fade, not once. He danced like every move meant something. He interacted with fans like he knew each of them personally. And somehow he managed to make a stadium feel intimate. You could see it, people weren't just watching him. They were feeding off his energy, laughing more, smiling wider, living in the moment. And that brings us to something truly beautiful about that night. The ARMY. In an era where concerts often turn into a sea of phone screens, something different happened here. People chose to watch with their eyes, not through a lens. Yes, there were phones, but they did dominate the experience. Instead, fans were singing, waving, crying, laughing, fully present. There's something incredibly powerful about that. It meant that the connection between BTS and ARMY wasn't filtered. It was raw, immediate, real. And maybe that's why everything felt more emotional. Because everyone knew moments like this don't last forever. As the concert moved toward its final stages, the energy shifted again. It became softer, more reflective. The members spoke, laughed, got a little emotional, but never lost that sense of gratitude. It was a goodbye filled with sadness. It was a goodbye filled with love. The kind that lingers long after the lights go out. The kind that turns a single night into a lifetime memory. And as the final song echoed through Tokyo Dome, and the purple ocean slowly dimmed, one thing became clear. This was the end. It was simply a pause in a story that continues to live in every fan who was there, and even those who weren't, because BTS did just perform that night. They created a moment where time stood still, hearts connected, and memories were made that will never fade. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes it unforgettable.